117 years ago, at the dawn of the 20th century, innovation was transforming transportation like never before. In Dayton, Ohio, the Wright brothers laid the groundwork for the world's first airplane factory. In Panama, workers excavated land for a new canal connecting the Atlantic to the Pacific. And right here in New Jersey, workers were building the Portal Bridge, an ambitious project to provide service connecting New Jerseyans to Manhattan's brand new Penn Station. When it opened in 1910, the Portal Bridge was a feat of modern engineering, a two-track movable swing bridge that opened to make way for boats to pass beneath it. But what was cutting edge in 1910 isn't cutting edge in 2017. These days, when the Portal Bridge opens for the ships below, there's a 15% chance of a mechanical or electrical failure while locking it back into place. And every time that happens, we get a ripple of disruption and frustration across the entire Northeast Corridor. Huge headaches for everyone who relies on New Jersey Transit, and delays that stretch from Washington to New York or Boston. Even when everything works, speed restrictions on the Portal Bridge are placed around the clock. This slows down 450 trains every day, creating a choke point on the busiest stretch of rail in all of America. Whether it's a breakdown or a slowdown, New Jersey commuters have been fed up for years. But today we're turning the page. We're marking a new chapter in the history of the Portal Bridge and the beginning of the end to a nightmare that has plagued commuters for far too long. I see the bridge as a bridge towards our future in terms of transportation and competitiveness and opportunity. The new Portal Bridge will be fixed in place and high enough for marine traffic to pass below unimpeded. That means no more malfunctions and no hour-long delays. So if time is money, as they say, the new Portal Bridge will free up a whole lot of time. For commuters, it means spending more time at home with family, doing the things that make life matter. For businesses, it means a more attractive environment for investment and expansion. And for all of us, a smoother New Jersey transit experience means less congestion on the roads, less pollution in our air, and a healthier environment. So today's groundbreaking is the first step in the Gateway Project's broad mission to remake the Northeast Corridor. And the entire country will benefit when we maximize the impact of a region that already contributes $3.7 trillion to the U.S. GDP each year. All of this reminds us that public investments in infrastructure are worth every penny. I know there's a trendy notion that the private sector will somehow step up to rebuild all of our crumbling infrastructure, but for me that's nothing more than wishful thinking. Certainly the private sector has a role to play, but corporations have to focus on financial returns on their investments. So when it comes to rebuilding bridges or filling potholes, the benefits aren't likely profits on a balance sheet. They are collective benefits: improved safety, faster commutes, better quality of life, getting workforces to their destination, getting products to market. We make public investments in infrastructure for a reason. They benefit the public. Families, workers, businesses, all of us reap those gains. So today's effort wouldn't be possible without leaders on both sides of the aisle and both sides of the Hudson working together to make it happen. We all know the federal Tiger Grant program that provided the bulk of the money for the beginning of the work that we are starting here is highly competitive. We had former Secretary Fox here in New Jersey a couple years ago. We were working him over. Chairman O'Toole asked who was the good cop and bad cop between Senator Booker and myself. Senator Booker claimed that he was the good cop and I was the bad cop, and that has been most of my life. So in any event, but the bottom line is that we achieved the goal, and we got a competitive Tiger Grant in the midst of national competition. So we're proud to have worked together along with the congressional delegation. I want to mention Rodney Frelinghuysen, who's been such an exceptional member of Congress as it relates to the appropriations process. We've worked on many things together. And I want to also recognize the language that Senator Schumer, myself, and Senator Booker included in the most recent federal transportation bill, where this project will be eligible for millions of future funding from the New Starts program. So I know that there are some proposals floating around Washington that suggest we will derail Gateway. The bottom line is Gateway is a project with a destiny that cannot be deterred. At the end of the day, we have too much at stake, not just for New Jersey and the region and the Northeast Corridor, but for the nation. We can't keep kicking down the can down the road and thinking that we're going to ultimately be competitively global without investing locally. And we can't let infrastructure become what has always been a bipartisan issue, making it a partisan issue. So today we're here as Republicans and Democrats who believe in the power of infrastructure to create prosperity. Throughout history, projects like the Portal Bridge have transcended partisanship. From President Roosevelt's Public Works program to President Eisenhower's vision for a federal highway system that opened up the entire country, Americans have made infrastructure a bipartisan priority. The Portal Bridge helped the Northeast Corridor grow into the economic powerhouse it is today. But we can't depend on 20th century infrastructure for success in the 21st century. That's why we're here, to break ground on a new Portal Bridge, to deliver results to hardworking people on both sides of the Hudson who deserve far better, and to recommit ourselves to working towards the vision of making Gateway a reality.